Right, I guess we can get started. Welcome to the call, everyone. My name's Elliot Pink. I'm an account executive here at Dotdigital. We're going to be going through customer data and integrations today, so looking forward to taking you through the platform. What we need to do first is just go through a quick slide to introduce you to Dotdigital and a little bit about what we do. So Dotdigital is a customer experience data platform. So we are a CXDP. We're all about crafting customer experiences that can scale and convert, all driven by powerful data. So if you want hyper personalization, real-time connection, fast channel reach, that's where we come in. No matter where your customers are or where they want to be reached, it could be email, it could be SMS, it could be mobile, web, you name it, we've got you covered. And of course, data streams through into one master source, giving you the tools to grow your business and really connect with your audience. So there's no need to sift through loads of data to get the answers that you need. Our powerful reporting makes that really easy. Click a button and get the insights you need and jump back into action. Dive headfirst into your audience with our single customer view or rely on AI-powered predictive insights to help you plan your next move. We've also recently acquired Fresh Relevance, who are helping you refine that end-to-end customer journey from first site visit to conversion and beyond. So you can experience dynamic, personalized, real-time content and resonate with your audience using impactful social proof. So you can make your customers feel really at home with your brand. So what we're going to do now is we're going to jump into a live demo. We're obviously here to look into integrations and customer data. So looking forward to taking you through a few of those elements. So what you'll see here is the Dotdigital dashboard. Now I'm going to take you through to the connect section because here is where you'll find all the different types of integrations that we can plug into Dotdigital. And as you can see here in the featured section, we've got a lot of the large popular pieces of tech that you can plug into the platform. So I'll go through a few of these that you can see here. Magento being one of our premier connections, we have a direct integration with Magento, which allows you to pull all that customer and order data into Dotdigital. We've also got integrations with the leading CRMs such as Microsoft Dynamics and Salesforce as well. Not to mention Fresh Relevance, we've got a direct integration with Fresh Relevance, who we've recently acquired, allowing you to have that end-to-end journey and allowing you to communicate with your customers on a really tailored, personalized level. But we've got a load of other different types of tech that we can plug into, such as event management. We've also got loyalty and retention, and we've also got reviews as well, such as Trustpilot or reviews.io. Lastly, we've also got social integrations, so we can integrate with Facebook, and we can also integrate with Google as well. So this allows you to capture contacts from lead ads that you may have and then enroll them automatically into automations and then communicate with them more effectively. So that's the connect section. What I want to do now is just take you through into the Magento front end to show you how you can actually manage a lot of the communications from an e-commerce platform and then trigger it from the Dotdigital platform. So as you can see here, we're actually baked into the front end of the Magento system. So going through to configuration, you'll see the Dotdigital icon appear here. By clicking on this, you'll see a little drop down and you can actually manage all these elements within the Magento front end to be delivered by Dotdigital. The benefits of this would be that you can have on-brand communications as well as your marketing communications. So your transactional emails could look the same as your marketing communications, so keeping that brand consistency across all your comms. I'll show you first the data mapping. This is key because all these different data fields will be pulled through from Magento into your Dotdigital account. And this works the same across all the other e-commerce integrations that we have. Similarly with Shopify, this will be the meta fields that you'll see within this section here. So we're going to be pulling through address details, we're going to be pulling through order details, and we're also pulling through customer details as well. And this will be available within Dotdigital, allowing you to segment and really tailor your communications. You can also manage abandoned carts within the Magento front end to be triggered from Dotdigital. You've got two options. Firstly, building the automation within the Dotdigital platform and then simply selecting the time that you want it to be triggered when someone abandons a cart. Option two would be to build three separate emails with the abandoned cart block inside, and then you decide when the first, second, and third email goes out for that abandoned cart journey. Then you decide on the time of that as well. Simply select from the drop down the email that you want to put into that communication, and they'll receive it on that time. So again, you're managing the delivery within the Magento front end, but it will be delivered from Dotdigital to keep you on brand across your communications. Lastly, just want to show you the transactional section. So we can manage transactional communications from the Magento side to be delivered from Dotdigital, again, keeping that brand consistency. So new order confirmations, delivery updates, password resets can all be managed within this section here. So those are just a few of the different options that we have within our e-commerce integrations, which allows you to keep that brand consistency and do a lot of the heavy lifting within the platform that you're familiar with. Now, using that data that we're pulling in from the e-commerce sites or the CRMs or the other platforms that we're plugging into, all that data will then be fed through into Dotdigital and it will be stored at a single customer level. So what you see here is single customer view. So all that data is feeding through to the single customer level, and this is the visibility that we have and the amount of data that we can actually see on a customer. So under sales, we can see last order value, we can see number of orders, we can see the total revenue, and this data is constantly updating through the integrations that we have. We've also got engagement data, so we can actually see the number of emails sent, we can see the total number of visits on your website, and all this data is again feeding through in real time from the emails and the website visits. Now this allows you to do some pretty interesting things. Using this order data, we can start to predict when the next order is likely to occur. And we can group together customers who have a predictive next order date in the next 2 to 3 months. So again, using that data that we're pulling in from the e-commerce site and other platforms to power and inform our decision making. As we saw within the Magento front end, we can actually get visibility of all the data fields that we have on a particular customer. Now, if you upload or ingest new data into the platform, for instance, let's say the contact Kimberly Humphrey has a new company and we've uploaded this contact data, that will then overlap and go on top of this existing data that sits here. So it's just a single flat data field that we've got. However, within Dotdigital, we have the ability to store insight data. So this allows you to store many different records on a particular customer. So for here, we've got orders, and we can actually click into a particular order and see all the data that we hold for that particular order. So I'll take you through a few of the different options we have here. We can see the name, we can see the price that they paid, we can see the product SKU. We've also got the ability to see when the purchase was made and the quantity of items that were purchased at that particular time. Now, this level of data is what's going to allow you to segment and do product recommendation communications, such as customers who have purchased X product, let's recommend Y product in 3 months' time. So we've really got the ability to store as much data as you need within the platform. Now, using that data, what we can then start to do is power a lot of the dashboards, which again will help you identify trends, but also identify different groups to focus your time and resources on. So this is one of our e-commerce dashboards, and it's called RFM. So RFM is recency, frequency, and monetary. Down the bottom here, we've got how recent a customer's purchased from you. So from the left-hand side, they've not purchased from you in a very, very long time, or probably never. When to the right-hand side, they've purchased very recently from you. On the left side, we can see how frequently and how and how much they spent with you. So on the champion customers, they spent very recently, they spent a lot, and they've done it very frequently. So using the data that we're pulling in from the integrations, we can then start to build strategies on these different personas to get maximum engagement or to approach them at the right time. For instance, champion customers, we can click on that tile, action this data, create a segment and reach out to them maybe if we've got a new product or if we want to get some feedback, because we know these are champion customers who are brand advocates, so we know the feedback's going to be good. Another example we have here is high potential. So these people, they've spent very frequently with you. They spent a lot of money, but they're slipping down the recency. So you may want to put some offers to them, some discounts to catch them before they completely churn or slip off the face of the earth. So you can actually set up different strategies for these different groups to help you get a nice bird's eye view of your database instead of doing the batch and blast approach. We can also start to see how much revenue is attributed to each persona to help you focus your resources. As we can see here, high potential is 33% of the revenue for this business. So maybe a good idea to focus your time and efforts within this persona. Now, one of my favorite dashboards, again, fed by the customer data that we're pulling through, is persona movement. We could have an event, we could have a particular campaign, it could be Black Friday, and you can set the date range to see where your customers were and where they are now. So this helps you see the movement of your customers, which allows you to make informed decisions to say, right, we've got 8 champion customers who have slipped down to high potential. Let's approach these customers and send out a targeted communication before they completely slip down to inactive potentially. Or similarly, we can see where the personas were and where they are now. So if we've got 134 champion customers, we can see that the efforts that we've done during that particular event or during that period have been working, because we can see a lot of the lower personas have now moved up to a champion persona. So really powerful there. Lastly, again, using the order data that we have within the system, we can start to power an opportunities dashboard. But with this dashboard, what we're actually doing is we're pulling in the engagement data as well. So we've got the order data mixed with the engagement data. So we've got our champion customers down to non-customers, and then we've got our lightly engaged to our most engaged. So essentially down this bottom quadrant here, what we have here is people who are in a buying phase because they're very, very engaged with your brand. They're opening emails, they're clicking on emails, they're browsing your website. However, they're either never purchased from you or they purchased from you a very long time ago. So you can actually select this bottom quadrant here, action, create a segment, and then send a targeted communication out, because we know that they're highly engaged with your brand at this current stage. So these are just a few of the dashboards that we have, which are powered through the integration and allows you to target and tailor your communications based on the data that we have. The last section I'm going to show you today is an email. So using our integration, what we can actually do is allow you to pull through different blocks to really engage with your customers. So what we have here is an e-commerce section. We can pull through a product block. By clicking the block, we can use our integration to get visibility of the product catalog. So we can actually start to pull products into our email campaigns directly from the integration of our e-commerce site. So I'm going to select these 3 products. We can add them in, and they'll now be visible within the email campaign. So this is all through the integration with the e-commerce site, allowing you to connect your product catalog and pull those products in. And this is how we're going to start attributing revenue to our email campaigns as they're able to click through and make a purchase directly from the email that's been sent. What we're also able to do with the integration is start bringing through product recommendations. So we recommend pulling through product recommendations into all your communications, because this is what's going to allow you to upsell and cross-sell, recommending products that customers may not have thought about purchasing. So by looking at the preview, we can see here that these products are currently trending at this current stage in time. So again, using the integration that we have with the e-commerce site to pull through live trending products. Again, with the integration, we can also pull through abandoned cart blocks. So if someone left something in their cart, we can then pull through that block to allow them to make that purchase. And as we showed you within the Magento front end, you can then set up that journey for them to receive this communication once they've left something in their basket. Brilliant. So that was a brief introduction into some of the integrations that we have within the platform, and also some of the customer data that we've got available within the platform and what you're actually able to do with that data once it's pulled into the platform. Um, so we'll end the demonstration there, but we can leave some time at the end for any questions. So if you do have any questions, please pop it in the chat and I'll be happy to demonstrate or go through some examples. We'll give it a minute or two. Okay, so I can't see anything in the chat, so I guess we can wrap up the call there. Um, really appreciate you joining. I hope that was insightful. Just to let you know, we do have another demonstration coming up on the 12th of June, which is going to be hosted by Barry. So if you do have an interest in personalization and want to see what that looks like, please head over to the website and sign up. But as mentioned, it's been great having you on the call today. I hope that was insightful. Thank you for joining, and we look forward to catching